Hello, this is Aaron Maller from Parallax, and this is just a quick video to go over the Dynamograph with the filled regions that we were discussing over email. So to get started, this is an elevation of just a sample model, and I've put a few different filled regions in this view. And so what you're looking at here is one that we've called energy-solid, and that's showing basically all of the non-transparent faces of the wall. And then I've just drawn another filled region that has crosshatch that I've put over the glazing, and I've just called it energy-glazed. So really your first step is you want to just have the filled regions over the elevation that you want to calculate, and it could be multiple filled regions. So just to show you that, I've used one over here for the glazing and a separate one over here for the glazing. What's important about these is just that they have the word energy in them. You can change that if you don't want to name them with the word energy. Basically, whatever value is in this box right here is what it's going to go looking for. So in addition, we said that we needed to have a shared parameter, and this needs to be in the category detail items, which is what filled regions are. So if I go to manage project parameters, I've already done it in this file, but I'll run through the steps. So you'll see here that we have what's called area shared. The way that got there is we clicked add, and it will bring up the add a shared parameter dialog. Once this comes up, you need to click shared, and you'll need to go to either your Office standard shared parameter file, or if you click select and you don't have one, you'll be able to click new and create a new one. I have a parameter in here called area shared, but if you needed to make a new one or add it in, you'll just hit the edit button. And then here, again, this will probably point to your Office's standard shared parameter file, but that's fine. You can just hit new, and the parameter that you want to make is the type area, and you want to name it area_shared in the name dialog. I'm not going to do it here because I already have that parameter created. So I'm going to cancel, but you would hit OK, and then you would select the parameter and hit OK, and then it's a little monotonous. You have to click OK again, and that would then load this parameter in. And what's also important is that when you load the parameter in, the category that you want to check is detail items, because that is what filled regions are. So if you've done that, what you'll see after you click OK to get out of the dialog is that if you were to select any of the filled regions in your project, they would now have the area shared parameter and it would be blank. Also worth noting, in that dialog, when you go to make the parameter, you do want to make sure that you've set it to be an instance parameter. If I go back in with the modify command, you'll see that mine is set to instance, and just to be sure, I've also said varies can value by group instance. That won't really matter because it's a detail item, but just to check, I'm making it a detail item, and we're saying it's an instance parameter. If you've done all of that, now all the Dynamograph is going to do is collect all of the filled regions and get their filled region type. It's then going to check the name, and it's going to isolate down to just the ones that have the search term in their type name, in this case the word energy. From there, it's going to take the filled regions, and it's going to get the standard internal Autodesk parameter that's called area, and it's going to get its value. And then it's going to take that value, and it's going to set the value to the new parameter that we've made called area shared. So if I move the graph over here and we look at one of these filled regions, you'll see that area shared is blank and the area is 445.47. If we then run our graph, you'll see that now all of the filled regions have the area shared filled in. If we were to select the solid portion, you'd see the 2412.51, and you would also see that down under data. The last step is now we're going to just put the schedule together that we can use for this tally. So we're going to go to View, we'll create a new schedule, and we're going to be scheduling the category of detail items, which are detail components. Now, it's important to note that this means that every detail component that you have placed in your model is going to try to show up in the schedule. So what we're going to do first is we can do the basics like bring over the family and type, and we of course want to bring over our area shared value. We're also going to tell area shared that it can calculate totals. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the filter tab, and I'm going to say that we only want values where the area shared is greater than, and I'm going to leave it blank. I'm sorry, I'm going to put in 0. The reason we're going to do that is every detail component in your project now has the shared parameter called area shared. But because the Dynamograph only filled it in for those that have the word energy in the name, filtering the schedule to only show these detail items means that's all we'll see in the schedule. Just to show you, if you remove this filter, you're going to get a very long list of detail components because you'll get every single thing that's in your model. From here, if you want, you can go to sorting, and you can say sort by family and type, and then also provide a footer with totals if you'd like. And that will basically start to break it up into how much of the glazed filled region is there versus how much of the solid filled region. Because I only made one solid filled region, that's not doing a whole lot, but you can imagine if you've made it out of several bits and pieces, that will work for you. Let me know if you have any questions or if you can't get this to work, and if need be, we can jump on a call.